Hey again, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. I grow cut flowers in Zone 5A in Northwest Iowa, and today is a farmer's market day, so I thought I would just set up the camera and show you guys all of the bouquets I am making for my farmer's market. Now, the market that I'm doing today is in the town that I live in. I am from a small town in Northwest Iowa. My town is about 1,500, so very small. I'm in a very rural part of the state. I do this market every single Tuesday. I'm also the market manager, I guess you could call me. But it is a very well supported market and it goes really good every single week. So being in a rural area, I offer two different price points at my market every week. I offer a $15 mixed bouquet, and then I always bring a bunch of little $5 mini bouquets. So in this video, I want to show you all of the larger $15 bouquets that I make, and then I will show you the little $5 mini bouquets that I'm making. So before I start putting all the bouquets together, I just want to show you all of the ingredients that I'm working with. And the first one is right in front of me. I have a bucket full of beautiful Bennery's giant zinnias. These have grown so well for me this year. A few of my favorite colors that I've grown are, I think that this might be the wine. These are absolutely beautiful. And then the gold has definitely been a favorite of mine. Those are probably my two favorites. I'm also liking, I don't know if this is the deep purple. There's a red that's called Scarlet that I really like. I'm not a huge fan of the pink, so I'm not sure that I'll grow that this next year. There's kind of some like corals that I really like. Honestly, I really like all of them. I also grew a cactus style of zinnia. They're okay, but they definitely don't hold up in bouquets like the Bennery's Giants do. So I definitely will be growing all the colors of the rainbow of the Bennery's Giants next year. The next ingredient that I have a lot of to work with this week are sunflowers again. Now I grow pro-cut sunflowers, which means they are pollenless. And I have mostly I don't know if these are the orange or the brilliance or the horizon, but they're the standard orange petals with the dark center. And they are absolutely beautiful. Now, some of them are smaller than others. Let me pull up kind of a miniature one here. And that's just because they were planted a lot closer together. So when I put these together, I'll try to use a big one and then maybe one of the miniature ones, but I have a lot of sunflowers to use. I also have a sunflower, Steve's sunflower in here. Check that out. Isn't that cool? I purchased his Van Gogh seed packet that was available on his site where you got 50 seeds this year and 50 seeds next year. This is only the second one that has bloomed from that packet, and so it's kind of a lemony color, so that will be really fun to use this week. So I'm going to set this down on the ground so I can make room and show you the rest of my stuff. So in addition to the Bennery's Giant Zinnias, I also have the Queen Lime Zinnias. I also grew every color that these are offered in. I'm really loving the Queen Lime Orange this year, which I think that this is the first year that you could buy these. I of course love the blush and the red, but the orange is really taking on the peachy tones, and I feel that that pairs really good with a lot of the Rudbeckia that I'm growing. And speaking of Rudbeckia, I have a whole bucket of that. I have a lot of this cherry brandy Rudbeckia this week. I'm not sure. I think this might be the Cherokee Sunset. I have some of the doubles, which, if I can get it out here, these are all a little bit tangled. These doubles, I believe these are the Sahara Rudbeckia. Now, I do have Prairie Sun growing out there. Those are getting eaten by bugs the most, which doesn't surprise me because they're the lightest color. I have trouble this time of year with bugs going after my lighter color flowers. Last year, I ended up putting organza bags on all of my light colored dahlias. So that is not surprising to me that the Prairie Sun are getting eaten. So I don't actually think that I have any in this bucket this week, but regardless, I have plenty of Rudbeckia. Then I'm still harvesting snapdragons, which is totally crazy. I would have thought the snapdragons would have been done by now, at least with giving me tall stems, but these Potomac snapdragons, actually look at this one. 4 on a stem. That one obviously didn't get cut down when I cut it the first time far enough, but this is a second bloom or even a third bloom probably from the Potomac Royal. The Potomac are the ones that definitely grow the best for me. I do have the Costa series, the Costa Apricot. I'm really loving. Those have grown well for me the last couple years, but the Potomac definitely are the ones that are still giving me the strongest stems. So I'm just using the snapdragons till they don't bloom anymore. Okay, so I have a few status. Last week I pretty much cleaned out my status bed, so it's just starting to rejuvenate a little bit. But I have, maybe 6 or 8 stems here that are ready. And then in this bucket, I have a few stems of Bupleurum just to pop in for fillers. I have some of my last Lisianthus. I have just loved using the Lisianthus this year. I've actually sold quite a bit of Lisianthus to a florist, so I'm trying to decide what varieties of Lisianthus I want to grow next year, which I want to grow more. And depending on the space that I have and how I use my space will depend on how much that I can grow of everything, which that will be a whole nother video. And then I have a couple of dahlias. My dahlias are finally starting to bloom. These are the Arabian Night variety. I have 2 different dahlia beds out in my garden, plus some planted in containers. These came from a container, but my actual dahlia beds have buds all over them. So I'm hoping next week I have some really pretty dahlias to start using, both in my market bouquets and then maybe to offer to a florist. Okay, I have a couple more buckets to show you. Actually, no, I just have one more bucket to show you. I have a mixed bucket, mostly celosia. I have a couple ageratum in here. I have 1 cosmos. My cosmos are so late this year, so I have 1 to use today. I have a couple gomphrena. I cut a whole bunch of gomphrena and hung it up to dry. And now I have some mini pumpkin vines that are starting to take over my gomphrena. So I need to deal with that situation as well. But I love the gomphrena and the pops of color it puts in the bouquet. I have a couple white asters. And then for celosia, I have some that are this chief mix that get these little kind of weird looking heads on them. That's not a celosia. I have like the yellow and the red. This also is not celosia. This is amaranth. I have 3 stems of this. This is the red spike amaranth. And then I have some of this kind of celosia. I can't remember what variety this one is. This is the terracotta. I do know that. This might be the flamingo red, if that sounds right. If you know and I'm wrong, comment down below. But I know that this is the terracotta, and this is just an absolute beautiful color. I have been pairing this a lot with the Rudbeckia and then these peach queen limes. Can you see that combo? So pretty. I'll probably do one of those bouquets today. But anyway, that is everything that I am working with today. So I'm gonna get things organized just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna get started on all these bouquets. Typically, for this market, I will figure out maybe like 3 or 4 recipes, and then each bucket that holds 3 or 4 bouquets will be a certain recipe. I think this week I'm gonna just do everything completely different and make it all colorful bursts of color. So it'll be really fun. And then of course I'll have the mini bouquets that I'll do at the end. All right, so everything is organized. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on making bouquets. Now, kind of the way that I start my bouquet is with a little bit of filler in the center, and then I tend to put in a couple accent flowers, and then maybe my big focal flowers, which will be my sunflowers, and then I kind of fill in from there around that. There's no rhyme or reason or correct way to do this. I'm not a floral designer. That is just what I have kind of found that I like to do. So I'm going to start off with a stem of Bouquets. These are my second flush and did not get as much sun as my original ones. So these are about a third of the size as my first Bouquets, but they still will add a little bit of sparkle into the bouquet. So I think I'm going to pair that with some Status. This is the Apricot Status, which I'm loving the colors in the Apricot Status this year. So I'm going to start off with the Bouquets and then the Apricot Status, and then I'm going to put in a couple of these yellow Snapdragons. I'll make this one yellows and kind of peaches. So that means I need a Ben Ray's Giant Gold Zinnia right up at the top there. And then, oh, that's the same thing. That's in the wrong bucket. Okay, I'm gonna put a little sunflower, this little guy right at the top, and then I'm gonna put a big sunflower right in the front. So as I'm putting this together, I'm counting in my head the value of this. So like Snapdragons, I figure about $1.50, so that's $3. Zinnias are $1.04. The filler is $5, and then the sunflower, I usually, if nice ones, I'll say a couple bucks. You know, this mini one, not that. So, you know, I'm probably at around $7 so far, so I'm halfway there. So let me put in a couple Rudbeckia. I'm gonna go ahead and use these Saharas that are right in front. We'll use this nice orange one. And then I'm going to put in some of these peach zinnias. Maybe another. Okay, so I need probably a couple more dollars of value in here. Let's put in. This white aster is a little bit bent. You can see that, that's terrible. So I think I might save this for my mini bouquets. But I have this nice tall aster. Nope, white doesn't go with that. Ooh, let's put in one of these terracotta celosia, maybe right in the back for height. So then I need to put the Snapdragon up so it doesn't get covered. Then I think I need maybe something right here. Let's do this other coral zinnia. All right, so there it is. So I'm gonna go trim this, which I use my Felcos for. I usually trim up to the shortest stem, so that would be about right here on the bouquet, and I usually cut at a 45-degree angle because that helps water soak up into the stems a little bit better. So I'm gonna trim this and wrap it, and then I will show you what it looks like. All right, there it is. Now, normally I put a sticker over the second staple. I completely ran out and my new ones aren't here yet. So these will just be stickerless this week. So there is what my $15 market bouquet looks like. Now, some of you may think, well, that's worth more than $15. Or some of you might think, ooh, that's too expensive. But you know, you have to adapt to what you know will sell in your general area. You know, I am not a big city. Again, I am a very rural area, so I can't charge those big city, you know, Chicago prices, anything like that. So I'm very comfortable with where my prices are at. You know, I think that they're reasonable. They're over wholesale pricing, and I'm comfortable at selling these for $15. So I'm gonna get this in a bucket of water, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a stem of Bouquets again, and I'm going to use one of these purple statuses this time. Actually, no, I'm not going to do Bouquets in this one because I don't want that with the purple. I'm going to just start off with this, and I'm going to put in this big 4-stem Snapdragon. Someone's going to get this and think, holy moly. It's almost kind of hard to handle, but that'll be the nice background for it. Let's put this to the side that way. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so that's just kind of springing out the top. And then I want to use one of these celosia. We'll make this kind of purples and magentas. So then I need a Bennery's Giant over here. Bennery's Giant maybe here. So I'm just kind of layering down. Then I need a big sunflower here. So we'll use that. And then I'm gonna put one of these mini sunflowers, which just happens to be a gold light, kind of up through the top. So he's just peeking up for a pop of color up here. And then Rudbeckia. Let's use a couple cherry brandies because that'll bring in that pink color, just a couple. So I'll put one over here and one on the other side for balance. And then I might put my Cosmos in here. So I need to tuck that. Let's tuck it in the back. Cosmos they move a lot. So I like it to be able to be supported. Oh, there, he's just gonna peek over the top. Okay, so I think I need a couple more zinnias and then this one will be good. So I'm gonna put a purple one right in the center in front of the snapdragons. And then I'll take another purple one and tuck it right in the back. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so this one I think I want to do yellows and purples because I'm eyeing this lavender Lisianthus. So I want to use him, and I'm going to put as a backing this purple Status behind it. So when I use these Lisianthus that are really tall like this one is, I kind of like the buds that curve off to the side to kind of come up as the flare in the bouquet. And I think I'll use this one Potomac Royal in here too. This is the top of it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. Let me get rid of a couple of these leaves. We'll do that. And then I think I'll put some of that amaranth as a backer in there. That'll be pretty. Okay, then I'm gonna use one of the purple Bennery's Giants. I don't know if this is the purple or the lilac. I'm gonna put that up to the back. You know what, that's got a little bit of bug damage on the bottom. I don't like how that one looks. Let's use a different one. There, that one's better. These aren't going to a florist, so they don't have to be absolutely perfect, but I still don't want to give someone a flower that looks like it's really been eaten up. All right, that's a good start. I'm gonna put in one of these gold light sunflowers. We'll put that off to the side. Again, this is gonna be kind of purples and yellows. Ooh, let's do this one. That is the Sunflower Steve one. That's looking really good. Now the Lisianthus is worth a little more money, obviously, than other flowers, and so is this guy. So I need to make sure that I don't overpack this one because I already have some amaranth in there too. So I think this just needs some more zinnias and it will be good. So I'm gonna do another magenta at the top. I need another one of those purples. That we'll put over here. And that might have been the only other purple that I had. Let's use this one up here. There. I'm going to put in this little ageratum just as like a little texture right in the middle. There. All right, I think that one's good. Okay, there's that one. So I have one bucket of 3 bouquets done. Sometimes I like to space them out and to just have 3 bouquets per bucket. And I like to have at least 3 to 4 buckets of the larger bouquets at this particular market. So I need to make either 6 or 9 more of these larger bouquets today. But I also like to take at least 10 of the mini bouquets. So I think I'm gonna make 6 more of the larger bouquets, then I'm gonna switch to the mini bouquets, and then I'll come back and see what I have. Now I do have some short flowers set aside that I harvested that didn't have very good stem length. Let me show you one of those. So these are a bunch of zinnias that I harvested that were shorter that I could never use in a full bouquet. This is what I use in the mini bouquets. So I am able to sell these. So I have a bunch of this stuff set aside that I'll use for the mini bouquets. Okay, so I'm gonna do another one that's kind of the yellow and oranges. I'm gonna use this big sunflower that I have, and I'm gonna put in a little stem of Bouquets just right kind of below it to the side. I'm gonna put a Costa apricot in here. I'm kind of making this one backwards, I think. I have a yellow rudbeckia, one yellow rudbeckia. Maybe I'll do this one all yellows actually. Now that I'm looking at it, yellows and whites. I'll use this stem of asters that I have. Oh yeah, that's really pretty right behind the yellows. So then, let's use, I can make it yellow and oranges. That snapdragon looks a little far gone on this petal. Let's get rid of that. Maybe I'll do yellows and corals for this one because I really like how that snapdragon ties in there. Do I have more? Yep. That one's kind of short though. All right, let's use one of these Sahara rudbeckia. We'll put that in the back. And then, do I have another one? No, but I have these faded ones that are taller. These are fun. We'll put those at the back. Okay, then let's use some of these gold Benry's Giants. And I'll use this big coral cactus one. Oh yeah, that's pretty. All right, let me count for a second. Okay, I need a couple more dollars and I feel like I need a different texture. So I'm gonna put the celosia up in the back. Over here, and maybe I'll just add a couple of the celosia to it. Yeah. All right, there's that one. Ooh, that one turned out really pretty. I should also mention the paper that I use is an 18 by 18 inch square craft paper. I cut it myself. I buy the roll from Uline. So I will link that down below. I've linked it in my other videos. But that coral and yellow turned out really pretty. So now I have some of these red zinnias, which I think are the scarlet. I think I'm gonna make a red and yellow one. No, I have three. Ooh, and I have this one that's kind of red-orange. So I'm gonna use those zinnias and some rudbeckia. Some of this kind of double poofy. I don't know if it just didn't bloom out right, but I think they're really cool texturally. So I think I'm gonna use a few of those in this one. So let's put a little accent of white status in here. Maybe a little stem of Bouquets. Ooh, and a sunflower, and I could use my really dark dahlias, my Arabian Night dahlias in this one. Yeah, so let's nix the white status. And I probably won't use any snapdragons in this one. All right, so I'm gonna start off with a couple of these in the back. And then let's use this funky yellow celosia, which is hard to handle, but it's really cool. And then I'm gonna put a little sunflower up top. I'm just gonna use a couple smaller sunflowers in this one because this will have the dahlias in it. So then we'll put, I'm just gonna tuck these rudbeckia kind of in between here. This one on the side, so they're kind of spread around. And then more of these red zinnias. I need one over here. Ooh, that kind of orangey one is pretty. Let's put that on the top. Then this Arabian Night dahlia. That's pretty. Okay, it needs a little bit more of something. It needs a little more texture. Yeah, let's use the celosia. I just feel like it needs something else. Maybe another yellow. There. All right, so that one's kind of Not all focal flowers, but just a little bit different than the other ones. Well, that turned out pretty. Almost has a fall vibe to it. All right, I think I need to do some with some orange. So I haven't really used these Ben Re's Giant Orange yet. Let's do some with the orange. I have a couple more red in here. I think I'll use this other dahlia in this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the white status with this one. And I was gonna use that white lisianthus, but I noticed it has pink on it. I think I'll use this Roseanne Brown lisianthus. Oh my gosh. These are so pretty. I'm trying to decide what colors of lisianthus to grow next year. And it all depends on, ooh, that Arabian Night Dahlia and the Roseanne Brown lisianthus are really pretty. And it all depends on the amount of space that I have to grow in, which of course, I don't know yet because I don't know how I'm going to develop my parking lot area out here. And putting those together, I'm not using the yellow, red, and orange. I'm gonna do that in the next bouquet. I'm gonna draw in the purples with this. So I'm gonna use some of these purple Potomac Lavender Snapdragons. Yep. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty with that Arabian Night. So now I am gonna use this white lisianthus that has the little pink accents on it. Yep. And then I'm gonna use an amaranth on this one. Sorry, I'm off camera. All right, I'm gonna tuck this red spike amaranth right in the back. Oh my gosh, that's looking so cool so far. So now I need some of these. They're probably the wine Ben Re's Giants. And honestly, these have been some of my most prolific bloomers out of all of my zinnias. Yeah, that looks really good. Let's put, I need one more of those in here. This dahlia isn't the tallest flower, so I don't want to drown it out. Okay, then I'm going to put a couple for accents of these, the Queen Lime Reds, because they give off that mauve tone. I'm going to put that right in the middle. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Let's put another one up tall here for an accent. Yeah, that looks really good. I'm gonna quit because I have lisianthus in there, and technically that is more than $15. But I had to do it. I had to make this one a little bit more because it has high dollar flowers. Oh, that's so pretty. No sunflower used in that one. Really, really pretty. Okay, so that fills another bucket. I need to go get another bucket of water. So if I haven't said this in the video, I like to use these black buckets from Johnny's. I have the regular 10-liter buckets, and then I have these 10-liter wide buckets. And I'm actually really liking the wide buckets. Those have been really great for my displays this year. All right, now I'm gonna use these red, yellow, and oranges that I set aside last time. I think I'm gonna start with one of these Celosia, and then I'm gonna put a couple tall Rebecca in back. These that are kind of poofy, whether they're supposed to be or not, but I really like them. Then we'll do one in the center. And then I'm gonna do a yellow here. I'm gonna do an orange on this side. I'm gonna do an orange on this side. I'm gonna do red up here. Then I need sunflowers. I'm gonna put, this sunflower has a weird curve to it. This one is really good. Look how straight that one is. Put that one right in the center. I feel like this week, out of all the weeks, I am short on filler. I usually have a ton of Buplurum. I don't have very much status this week. I'm really missing my feverfew. My feverfew, I didn't say that very good. I'm really missing having the feverfew. I don't have that anymore, except for what is rejuvenating that's really short. Last week I had cress, which was awesome. I don't have any of that this week. I just feel like I'm really missing the fillers this week. But that's okay. The normal person probably won't know the difference, but I can tell the difference. All right, let's put another yellow zinnia in here, and then I'm gonna add another sunflower. This one will have 2 good-sized sunflowers. Okay, so, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and give them this other terracotta celosia, and then maybe this orange snapdragon right in the front. That is not very tall. I'm gonna save that for my mini bouquets. I'm gonna do a couple of these different Rudbeckias. This one, and then let's do this one. Yeah. Okay. That's how that one's gonna be. So if you are watching this video right now and you have a lot of a certain filler that you are using right now, tell me what it is, because I don't think that I timed out my fillers right for my summer growing. So comment below and tell me what fillers you have in August. All right, there's that one. Oh, I dropped one of my ageratum. Hopefully he's okay. Okay, so looking at the bouquets that I've made, I haven't done a lot like I normally do that have kind of these queen lime, peach vibes. So I might try to do one of those now and bring in some of these kind of pinkish lisianthus that I have. I picked these, and quite honestly, I didn't know how I was going to use them because they're not typically the color that I really work with. I mean, I guess I could make a hot pink bouquet. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe that's what I'll do. Do another pink and purple. Then I can use my status filler. I guess that's what I'll do right now. That is just, it's probably because it's not a color of bouquet I would pick. I wouldn't pick the pink and purples, but if my grandma was alive, she would probably pick the pink and purples. I don't like how this is lining up. I'm gonna start all over. There. When I used to have a ton of snapdragons, I would kind of start out with my snapdragons. Maybe that lisianthus needs to go, that's better. It needs to go over the top because it needs to flare out. All right, so I'm gonna put, this zinnia is kind of funny. His shape, it's different than the rest. I'm gonna just let that poke out the top too. Oh yeah, see now I could use these pinks that I normally wouldn't use. Let's just put, here's another double snapdragon. I'm gonna put that in there. I'm just gonna load up the pinks on this one. Oh, here. I have a couple little gomphrena accents. I can put these little gomphrena in there. Oh my gosh, that's cute. That's actually really cute. I need something big and pink here in the bottom. Here's another gomphrena. I think this is the raspberry cream. This is the pink, and I think this is the raspberry cream. So I'm gonna just tuck those in for accents. And these white snapdragons, they're looking really good with this. Need to put the zinnia in front of the white snapdragon though. I'm really rambling in this video, you guys, I'm sorry. All right, I need a deep purple in here because this status is the only deep purple I have. Nope, that's not right. You know what, maybe I'll just tuck this purple lisianthus in there in the front and let that be the other purple and just have this as the pink and purple bouquet. I'm gonna laugh if this is the only one that doesn't sell. Let's put another lavender one on the side. We'll just go with it. I'm gonna laugh if this is the only one that doesn't sell. That's gonna be funny. Okay, here's pink and purple. It's actually pretty cute, but one of my Lizzies broke off. Sad. It's actually pretty cute. My grandma would have loved this one. Okay, now I'm gonna do one that has all these peach colors in it. So, I need to make sure I have a couple sunflowers. Maybe I'll put a few in this one. Some of these are blooming like almost crinkled. I don't even know if I should use them. This one's more upward facing. Some of these I feel like almost are just a little far gone too. This is a good one. This is a perfect sunflower. Okay, so I'm gonna load this one up with some Rudbeckia. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna put one of these in there. 4. I'm gonna use my amaranth on this one. Again, this is the red spike amaranth. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look like fall? That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna put one of these other sunflowers in back. Oh, that looks really good. See, this is the kind of bouquet that I go for. All right, I need some of these Queen Lime Peach in here, which these have been really tall stems, and so I've been kind of shooting them up the back, like to be the taller flower, some of them. Here's one that's a little shorter, I'll kind of stick in front. This celosia needs to go up. That's really cute. I think I'm gonna throw this little gold light sunflower right on the top. Oh yeah. Isn't that so cute so far? I need something else big over here. Oh, let's use this one. That's a good one. And then maybe a couple gold light. That's the sunflower. Maybe a couple gold zinnias in here. Yeah, the amaranth needs to come out the top. Can be the star of the show though. Okay, that gold zinnia. I feel like I don't need any more gold. Let's see. 1, 2. Maybe just some deep red as an accent up here by the, oh yeah, there we go. Another deep red. See how that ties in with that? Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Yep, that's my favorite so far. If one bouquet didn't sell, this is the one that I would want it to be, so it would go home with me. But these always sell. These color combinations always sell. But I have not had the amaranth yet this year. So I'll be interested to see what people say about that. I wish I could grow an entire row of amaranth. I just don't have the room for it out here, but gosh, I love that. Okay, I have so many flowers left. I'm gonna make 3 more of the big bouquets, and then I'm gonna start with my mini bouquets. So I need to use these lime zinnias. I haven't used any of these yet. So I'm gonna do a bouquet that has these lime zinnias in it with a yellow sunflower and then maybe a couple pops of the coral and tie in some of the rudbeckia. So these blue pleurum I think I'm gonna save for my mini bouquets because they're so small, so I'm out of filler. That's okay, it'll be all right. So I'm gonna start with this. Ooh, here's a really good one. See, this branching rudbeckia can almost be like the back of my bouquet. So I'm gonna do that. Then here's another 3. We'll make that the side. I'll put the sunflower in the front. I'm gonna fill in with a green and another green. These green are fun. I'll put a green over here and then another green. So see there, I've spread the green throughout. So now I need to put this one in right in the center. I need another pop of yellow somewhere. So let's find a little mini sunflower to put on the center. And I think I want another mini sunflower up over there. Here's one. Here's a cute little guy. So I'm gonna pop that over on the side over here. And you know, the normal person is probably looking at this thinking, oh my gosh, look at all of those big, nice flowers. And I'm the only one that's probably thinking, gosh, I wish I had some more filler in there. Okay, I do need some more red accents or something down here in the front. That helps big time. See how that just, gotta have more contrast. Then I need another one over here. There. That might be good. One. All right, I'm gonna call that good. That'll be just another flower one. All right. I will do a recap at the end of this video to tell you guys how I did. And I am going to laugh if some of these that don't have the fillers are the ones that don't sell. Now, a lot of times I'll sell out, so it won't matter. But if some of these are left and they're the ones without the filler, I'm gonna laugh. All right, so I need 2 more bouquets to fill my buckets. I think I need one that is kind of purples and one that uses these Queen Lime zinnias. So I'm gonna do the purples first, and I'm gonna use these pink lisianthus again. And these only have a couple blooms. I might just put these as a cluster together in the front, just to use them. Oh my gosh, I have 3. I might use that in a mini bouquet. All right, that status is wilted. All right, let's use this status. See, I love how status, you know, kind of fills up the whole area. If you aren't growing status, you need to grow it because it is really good as a filler. I think I'll put this one random double snapdragon in here. And then, ooh, this might be the deep purple. And that one's leaning forward, so that's a perfect one to go in the back. And then I'm gonna make this magenta zinnia, one of my focal flowers, in the front. I'm just gonna use all the lisianthus in this one, just because I'm not a huge pink person and I'm just gonna use it. Let's add a little hot pink in here with the snaps. That's a good one. I wish I had some white daisies or something. Here, we'll do this. And give me one more. That's more red. This is pink. There's a pink. That needs to be in the center. Oh, there. Actually, that's kind of pretty. This white snapdragon's getting lost. Put that in the front. Okay, this will come together when I wrap it more. And they'll obviously arrange it how they want in a vase anyway, but let's make that a pink one. Okay, there's the pink one. All right, one more. I need to use these peach queen lime zinnias. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to put coral zinnia and a yellow one. And then I'm going to do peach, peach, and I'm going to put these Rebecca with it. Ugh, I'm just struggling without fillers. It's driving me crazy. It's really driving me crazy. I did have basil growing in the garden, but it kind of all went to seed, and I honestly think I might be kind of allergic to it. So that, I'm not sold on that either. This one almost looks spiky, and I don't know if it's a deformity or if it's supposed to be that way, but I kind of like it. So I'm gonna put him in the back on the top. Ooh, a bug just flew in my shirt, I think. Oh my gosh. All right, a couple of these green, and then this one's gonna be good. Yep, there was the bug that flew out of my shirt. Jeez, that's pretty. This is like all flowers, but that is really pretty. I still feel like I have a bug in my shirt. Let's add one more coral in there. Yep, that is a full one. Oh my gosh, I love that one. I love it even though there's no filler in there. I love the straight flowers. Someone's gonna buy that one. Okay, so I am done with my big bouquets. I'm gonna kind of combine what I have left here, and I'm gonna start making my mini bouquets. Some of these taller zinnias I may save and use a different day. I'm gonna use the short ingredients that I have first. Okay, so I'm gonna get started on my mini bouquets. These are so easy to make, and again, this is a really great way that I can utilize some of my shorter stems of flowers that I normally would probably cut off, throw away. This is the perfect solution for doing that. So basically, these are $5. I put 4 to 5 stems, a little filler, and rubber band them, put a little tiny piece of paper around them, call it good. And then I take mason jars or jam jars. These I think are a really fun shape, and that's how I display them at the market. So super easy. So I'm gonna do some with these queen lime red first, and then I have some of these pink snapdragons. So I'm literally putting a couple snapdragons in, a couple of these queen lime zinnias, and let's put a couple gomphrena. So then I rubber band it. I cut a 10 by 10 inch square piece of paper, fold it in a triangle, wrap it around here. That's it. All right, so here's the little $5 wrapped bouquet. Now this I just staple at the bottom, and then on the back I usually just put a piece of that, like those decorative tapes you find at craft stores. I just put a little piece of that across the back. And then at the market, I put this in the jar, and then it just sits right in front on my table, which this might be too low. I don't know if you can see that, but this sits right in front on my table, and as they sell, I just move the jars out of the way. So really, really easy. All right, I'm gonna use one that has these big poofy marigolds in it. Then maybe a yellow zinnia, snapdragon. I'm gonna put a little bupleurum in this one. And then a rudbeckia. There's another one. See how quick that was? And I'm telling you, I sell these so easy at the market. Put that in there. And then I do have one prairie sun that was short. That one did not get eaten by bugs. I'm gonna put one more tiny little zinnia in there. There's another one. So this is a big square vase that I like to use at the market every week because I can put 3 mini bouquets in there. So I definitely want to use that. And I also picked some of this out of my garden, which I can't remember the name of it right now. Somebody tell me what it is, or somebody comment with what it is. I was gifted these seedlings, but they're so cute. That will be a good filler in one of these mini bouquets. So I'm gonna use these queen limes and the short red. That rudbeckia is almost way too short even for this. Let's use that and this. Okay, and this one ended up being way taller than the others, so I'm gonna put that in that tall vase, and then that will be great for display. These are really short, but I think that they are so pretty. There's some of these yellow rudbeckia, so I definitely want to use these. I think I'm going to pair them with some of these zinnias. Check out how stacked that zinnia is. I'm just going to make a cluster of these green and peach zinnias to go with those little yellow guys. And orange in there too. That's probably enough. My gosh. That's cute. Okay, those are really cute. So tonight at the market, along with all of our vendors, we have one of our local insurance agencies grilling with our pork producers, and they are raising money for veterans to go on the honor flight, which I think is a really, really great cause. So I'm hoping we have extra people come to the market that just want to support that cause and the local veterans. So that will be really fun. Okay, I'm gonna do a few of these last queen limes in here with some purples and pinks, a little ageratum. I just made this one and I think it's really wimpy compared to the other ones, and so I need to add another bigger flower to it or something. It needs like a focal zinnia. This one's got some pink to it. Oh, that's much better. That's much better. All the zinnias it had were just so small. That's better. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mini bouquets, and I have 12 large bouquets. I actually think that I need a couple more mini bouquets. I think I'm gonna go throw those together really quick. Then I'm gonna put everything on the table and show you what I have, and then I need to get loaded up for the market. Okay, here is everything that I'm gonna be taking to the market. I have 12 of the $15 bouquets, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the $5 mini bouquets. So I will now post some pictures close up of all of these bouquets. I'm gonna head to the market, and then I will do a recap at the end of this video to let you know how everything went. Okay, so it's the morning after the market. It was another really successful market. The weather was beautiful. Our fundraiser went really good. I sold all but one of the miniature bouquets, so those are a hit as usual. And then I had a few of the larger bouquets left, and not the ones that I thought I might, so that was kind of fun. I have actually, all the ones that I have left, the 3 that I have left are the fall. So I will be putting those in my cooler, minus the zinnias, because you want to make sure to keep those out of the cooler at room temperature. And then I will be using some of those flowers tomorrow, the longer lasting ones, since they were just picked yesterday, so they should be just fine. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing this video of how I put all of my bouquets together. And of course, stay tuned for a lot more cut flower growing. Thanks, see you soon.